To Live at Pride. I'm your host, MXYM, and I'm now joined by the wonderful Sally TM and Hayden of Spectrum.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Doing grand. How are
Good.
you?
I'm really excited to have you here because Spectrum's fantastic. I love a good time at Spectrum, and you are going to be going on the B Scene stage soon with the Spectrum Takeover.
We'll be on the BC stage at 6 o'clock with our
6
Spectrum
o'clock.
Takeover.
So tell us all about give us some teasers. What's going to happen at a Spectrum Takeover?
Well, we have our amazing DJ Matthew Plews, who is one of our resident DJs. We also have DJ Teak, who is from Durham, moving down to London soon. And we're going to play a lot of queer disco classics, some fun, yeah.
We might even have a runway.
Oh,
See,
is that for anyone to participate?
everybody, any and everyone.
It's encouraged to walk the runway.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
absolutely.
Is there any prize or just the prize is walking the runway?
We might throw a little free tickets
Last
in.
time I also I went to Asda because last month's theme was Gold Rush, and I went to Asda and I was like, oh my god, do you know what we can? But if I get the plastic trophies, and I was like, I got the plastic trophies, and I was like, I'm not gonna make outfits out of this. So I was just like, I'll just give these away.
Yeah, we don't take things too seriously.
No.
It's all a lot of fun.
Yeah, so
Fun.
feel free to tell the people a bit, what is Spectrum?
Spectrum is a monthly queer night. We host at Xerox. We do lots of themes. So we encourage people to come and express themselves with the theme that we give. So, for example, we've had Go Safari, so a lot of animal print,
Yeah,
Very on
matchy,
theme.
matchy.
Very on theme,
We
very
didn't even plan this. We're just so coordinated.
And I just wanted to look really comfortable today, so let me print my comfort zone. And we encourage people to come, dress up, have fun, and then we do a little runway. It's in the style of folk balls, sort of like culture. We love the ball culture, so we love the underground culture as well. So we kind of based it around queer underground culture in New York, and we're trying to bring that to Newcastle.
And you do that very successfully, I will say. It's like when you say you encourage fancy dress, like people come turning
Yeah,
looks.
people
look
effort in,
phenomenal
yeah.
at Spectrum.
Absolutely.
And then the last two Spectrums that haven't been able to make it, and then you just get so much FOMO seeing all the pictures of everyone looking
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah,
I mean,
we've got professional backdraw, using both of our skills. What we've got.
and like you say, the runway it is very ball culture, and everyone's there just being so supportive. It's just such a good vibe.
Yeah, we encourage people to come and do the runway for the confidence boost.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
for me, when I started coming out on the scene, I was worried because, there wasn't really space for me to kind of just be like, I'm good at doing looks, but, it's just, you get to a point where you're like, well, where's that space for me? Because
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a performer. I like to turn looks, but. So, my idea with the Spectrum's intention was to not only inspire people to, turn looks and have fun with that, but also, encourage them to have a bit of confidence, to let your hair down a bit. It's, it's not too serious. It's something for everyone.
Yeah.
You could come up in a room and do the runway, and we'd love it.
And I'm sure you'll turn it as well if you do.
Yeah,
I mean, it's it is really interesting because we've done 6 now. We've been going for about 6 months, and we've had people come to the first couple, and you can see them sort of leaning into the runway and dipping the toe in a little bit.
Oh, I
And then
quite
the next
fancy that a
one,
little bit.
They've made outfits, they're doing it. So it is all about boosting confidence and just
And it's infectious.
giving people the chance to have a space where they can play with gender, play with sort of expression, and just have fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I wear just sequin jackets now and not just black jeans and t-shirts.
Not
so,
just carry. I'm in the background.
I'm even sort of dipping it in, but no, it is a lot of fun. It
Yeah.
really
It is such a safe space.
That's all it is. It's just a place to have fun.
And Xerox is a very nice venue as well.
Yeah, we've worked. Well, I've worked obviously doing photos there on weekends. I've worked there for a couple of years now, and it's not a LGBTQ venue, but I say it's quite queer adjacent.
It's very queer friendly.
It's everybody there is very inclusive. It's very much like a free for all, no judgment.
Yeah.
So we picked there because we didn't want something that was just on the scene because there's always a lot of events happening there. It's quite saturated. We wanted to go somewhere a bit further away, and then also the people who maybe don't feel comfortable going on the scene or might have had bad experiences. It's kind of a fresh
And
night.
it's quite close to the scene as well, so it's a sort of reintroduction. For
Yeah.
people
It's only
as
£6
well.
in a taxi to Pink Room afterwards. Yeah.
There you go.
Although do make sure to go to the new Xerox, not the old Xerox.
Yeah, so
Because that was a mistake me, Bonnie, and Layla made.
Yeah, it's the
When we
one
walk up to the
opposite-
club and it's like, this is not the right place.
Yeah, no, they moved. It's now opposite Riverside. On
Yes,
the
it's just
quayside.
on the quayside.
big pink neon lights.
Next
You
to
can't
the
really
swing
miss
bridge.
it.
You can't. If you're on the Spring Bridge, you cannot miss it.
Yeah.
No, but yes, I very much recommend it. And you've got a very lovely Spectrum fan there
Yeah.
that you've been holding very, very nicely for camera.
Yeah, promo. Yeah, it's very. We're running out. We've sold so many of them with the heat.
Every time I go to a different club, I always see
People have
someone with a
got
Spectrum
them,
fan.
yeah. There's been some popped up in Spain at some festivals. Glastonbury, we made Glastonbury.
Well, we
Harry
just came
Styles
from the rain
to
as
us.
well, and we were just like, I need a fan, and there was just one on the ground. So I was just
You see them everywhere, which is it's nice. It's nice to see. It's really fun.
So yeah, so get yourself a Spectrum fan if you want to be like in with the cool hip thing.
Gotta be quick though. We're running,
Yeah, you gotta be-
running low at the minute. But
Are you going to do more? Do you think?
I hope so.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
Do you think you do more Spectrum merch and branch out?
Yeah.
I hope so.
We've had
That's-
loads of conversations about it.
Yeah, we get
Absolutely.
I get very excited. Sally has to rein
I
me
mean,
in a
I
little bit.
designed them with the excitement in mind, though. As
Yeah.
well. Like we've had loads of like designs and like back and forth between
Yeah.
t-shirts, more larger fans than this, because these are, little plastic fans. So
But we
Like
want-
a
we
drag
want-
queen fan.
We want them to be like
Yeah.
affordable as well. So with it being we just started out, it's just us. We had an idea. We haven't been paid to do it by bigger companies.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so it's very self-grown.
I think that's why you feel so much heart in it.
Yeah.
It's like these are
Yeah.
people that actually want to do it.
Yeah. We're just really happy with the reaction it's getting. It's exciting. It's scary.
Well, I will say if you do put out t-shirts, I will buy one.
Yeah,
so
well,
there's some
keep an
market
eye
research
out.
for you.
Keep an eye
You
You
out.
will sell one.
With
Yeah.
Meg McWilliams titties on it.
Yeah, well, we
With
work
little
with
stickers on.
an artist called Meg who
Is
we both
phenomenal.
adore.
Yeah.
She's so talented. Check Meg out, Meg McCart.
Yeah.
She does all of our artwork.
Get them on
posters.
Instagram because their Instagram's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their
Meg
Twitter. They're really good on
McCart.
Twitter as well.
Yeah. If you sign up to their Patreon, they have a lot of like uncensored work as well. With,
Oh yes, they've got a Patreon, don't they?
yeah. Go and help them pay their bills.
Yeah, support all
Yeah.
these artists, and you work a lot with Elizabeth Crawford as well.
They attend. So we get a lot of
so they're
really
not like
massive
part
queens
of
coming.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
No,
They
I think
just
they want to be.
hang around with you.
Everyone's wanting to do it now, but no, yeah, we've obviously got all of the queens.
Yeah, we've
come
got
down.
our
House
drag
of Cunny.
House of Cunny.
Yeah.
We encourage the drag queens who have been there for a while and want to try something new or something exciting, or even something that they've done for a while.
Yeah.
Celebrate what they've done for a while, and that's why for Spectrum you'll see sort of familiar faces. You'll see some more local queens who are you might see some Bobby's girls. You might see some girls
Yeah.
who been working since Club Kids, sorry. There are a lot of queens who are regulars who, we sort of just include in our conversation
Yeah.
because without them, a lot of the themes might not come to fruition,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're like a lot of input from other people because ultimately we're a brand who sort of like wants to always constantly evolve and, update to people's needs. So yeah.
Well, I think it's incredibly exciting. I will be there tonight, and I'm like really excited to see where Spectrum goes. Like, I think it could just be something incredible.
I hope so. I think it's because there's nothing really like that in
No.
Newcastle. Obviously, you've got the scene, which is I work in the scene, love the scene. I think there's nowhere for people to sort of make outfits and get creative and then have the appreciation from it. Whereas this runway, it's sort of they're there to be looked at.
It
It's
does.
tell
It
people
does
how
just
good
have
they
a
are
feeling of
and
like New York in the late '80s,
Yeah.
early '90s. It just has that vibe about
that's
it.
kind of
Well,
what we go for, and then it just evolves. And
My drag's inspired by
Yeah.
Suzanne Barch and like all those sort of like acid trip cupcake parties because I like to look like I want people to look at us because I know that I'm not gonna do well in lip sync, everyone. I'm not gonna do
I've
well.
seen you perform. You are a phenomenal performer as well, but I cannot stop looking at you.
But there you go.
Every time I see you out, I'm like, oh Jesus.
I think like the look is so important to me because I mean drag turns heads. It needs to have an impact on people who are watching, enjoying, and living. And in turn, if that inspires them to do the same thing, perfect.
No, but I'm really excited to go tonight. Like, what were your socials? Plug yourself.
My socials are sally.trademark on Instagram.
Mine is Hayden B _photography, spelled HAYDN with no E, because that happens a lot.
Wow.
I'm on Instagram, Facebook, everywhere.
Find
all
them.
over.
Be sure to follow Spectrum _NCL on
Yeah,
Instagram.
buy
No, you having to
tickets for
check the
tonight.
fan what
I
it
know,
was.
but I have to.
Buy tickets for tonight. Come and
Yeah,
see
buy
us at the
tickets tonight.
BC
Come,
10.
come, and we'll all have a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Be a part, yes, and go see them at the. What time are you on at the BC?
BC 10 is
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. Be there and enjoy it. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for joining me.
Thank you,
Of course,
MXYM.
anytime.
And thank you for joining me, MXYM, at Live at Pride. See you very, very soon.